All right, back to you.
All right. This one comes from BOR Updates. Sister-in-law told me my wife cheated while on vacation. In brackets, you found what on the walls now?
I don't get it. What?
It'll explain it. Content warning for drug and alcohol abuse. Sister-in-law told me my wife cheated while on vacation. The players in this drama, my wife, who for the purpose of this post shall be called Anne, female 47, my sister-in-law, female 40, who we shall call Shannon, sister-in-law's cheating partner, male, mid-40s, known hereafter as Tony, and myself, male, so close to 50 that I can reach out and slap it. We shall refer to me as me. Usual disclaimers of cell phone and English is my first language, I just suck at it. So my wife had to travel to her stepfather's house. He is in very poor health, and she went there to help set up home health. She was there for a week, and we were in constant contact. Her sister is a drunk and a drug addict. At several points during the visit, we were on video chat when Shannon came into the room where my wife and her father were. She was buck-ass naked, raging drunk, in front of her father. I was mortified, and I'm sure he was too. Now, Shannon is married, but separated. She has a live-in boyfriend. Tony is my father-in-law's primary caregiver. For the flight home, Anne missed her flight. Tony was driving her to the airport. There was an unusual amount of road construction, and they arrived late. She had to take a different flight. Not a big deal. After she was home for a few days, the following text exchange happened between me and Shannon. Shannon, they fucked. Me. Who? And did you film it? We could make a fortune on Pornhub. Shannon, I saw him leaving her room and smiling. You know she didn't miss her flight, right? He ain't denying it. Me. Well, if they did, he's the luckiest man alive. Now, guys, I know that I have a better chance of creating a fart-powered personal jet than this story has of being true. It's just not in her nature. That said, damn to that woman to the depths of Detroit's South Side for putting the idea in my head. So the question, how do I deal with a crazy 80-pound woman from 1,000 miles away? I can't block her because the rest of the family has. If something happens to the father-in-law while Tony is at work, I'm the only one she can contact.
Oh man, it's like oddly messy, kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you have to like ask your wife. I feel like let her be aware of the situation.
Oh yeah, definitely confront the wife.
Right?
She sounds crazy.
She sounds crazy.
Yeah. There's an update.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Like leave me hanging there. I'm lost.
Several months ago, my drunk sister-in-law, female 40, told me, male 50, that my wife of 12 years, female 47, cheated on me while setting her stepdad's home health in Detroit. I, of course, didn't believe her. A lot that happened since then. First, we all went up for Christmas. While we were there, sister-in-law, I call her Shannon in the original post, stormed in and claimed that my wife was having sex with her boyfriend Tony on the front porch. Two problems with that. One, it's Detroit in December, so it's cold as a well-digger's asshole outside. Two, my wife is in the chair next to mine. Sister-in-law ended up assaulting Tony right after I returned home. She ended up in jail, where she was placed on a 3-day psych hold. Apparently, being a drunk meth addict makes you crazy. Who knew? Mid-January, my father-in-law passed away. This sent sister-in-law into a spiral, especially when she found out that she couldn't stay in the family home anymore as it had been sold. She was given $35,000 for her father's retirement to get a new place and hold her over until the sale of the house. My wife and I drove up to prepare the house to go on the market. Y'all, I have been in nasty houses before, but not like this. My father-in-law kept this place immaculate. Now, in just 2 months, it qualifies for an episode of Hoarders. There was dog crap halfway up the walls in the den. I didn't even know dogs could poop that high. There were several empty bottles of $350 tequila in the living room. We figure that she will have drank her entire inheritance in 6 months. We had to rent a dumpster for me to shovel all of the garbage into. Obviously, I changed the locks and garage door codes. I'm a career garage door installer, so that part was easily done. Even more obviously, all those people who responded to the original post that my wife cheated were very wrong. Edit. The dog is a Chihuahua. We assumed that it did its doggy business on the back of the couch since we had to move the couch to find out what was causing the smell. We can't take the dog because sister-in-law refuses to see us.
Jesus Christ, this is so messy. Oh my gosh. Sister-in-law is disaster.
Yep. Another update.
Oh God. Okay. Let's get back into it.
This is the final one. I mentioned in my last post that my father-in-law passed away. From insurance and his retirement, both of his daughters received $104,000 before taxes. We paid our taxes up front, leaving us just over $80,000. We really don't have much debt, so we put it all into our house. My sister-in-law, however, chose to accept a lump sum. In the update, when she had gotten the first installment of $35,000, I said she would have drank it all in 6 months. Apparently, I'm a very optimistic man. She has drank, shot up, and snorted the entire $104,000 in less than 3 months.
Oh my God.
Through most of the high times, she sent my wife incredibly awful texts claiming that her dad never loved her. Technically, it was my wife's stepdad. One of the claims she made was that if he loved her, he would have adopted her. Sister-in-law was too young to remember, but he did try. Her birth father wouldn't sign off on it. Anyways, she's out of money. My wife is getting around a dozen slurred phone calls a day begging her to let sister-in-law sleep on her couch. That is a giant hell no from us. We expect to hear any day that she has been found dead. That's dark.
That's a little dark, but I mean, there's only one direction that it's going to head.
Yeah. $104,000 in alcohol and drugs in 3 months.
That's so messed up because do you know how many people would like
Need that money.
would be so happy and would be able to set their lives on a correct path if they were able to get that money, and you have somebody who's just blowing it and putting it in their arm.
Yeah.
And somebody who's struggling really, like, that would be life-changing money to them.
That's so true.
And that could have set her up for a very long time.
Yeah.
And she just blew it.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad not sister-in-law. I'm glad OP's wife wasn't cheating though.
Yeah. Very happy on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was a good messy one. I
Oh,
was like, what is going on in this story?
So
Like,
messy. Oh my gosh.
yeah, not really any questions, but it was posted on relationships originally. So
That's just a good listen. Good
Yeah.
read. Oh man. Whenever they say like sister-in-law, I'm always like, okay, is that like the wife's sister or like the brother's one, my brother's wife?
oh, I always think wife's sister.
But it technically could have been his brother's wife.
Yeah, it could have been.
That would have been
but-
sister-in-law too. I always get confused with these in-laws.
Well, they're
ones.
talking about the same dad.
Yeah, I mean that got
In
a
this
little.
one, yeah.
Yeah, it got easier for them on that story. But on a lot of these stories, when they introduce characters and they're like brother-in-law and stuff, I'm sometimes like, which side? How is this happening? Like, is it
True.
like your spouse's sibling or like your sibling's spouse? Which way is this going?
True.
Confusion.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just something I think about it sometimes.
That's fair. I've never thought of that.
No, never. No. Fuck me. I'm just struggling over here. Oh man.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. Back to me.